Hey everybody, welcome back to another segment of Off the Record with Terry Franks. Of course, that's me, Terry Franks. So I want to make sure that we got everything going with all my friends that I talked to. And this is another one of my good friends here. Phenomenal bass player, one of the members, founding members of Toni. You know, Halo Walter, Born Not to Know, Blues, you know, a whole bunch of the hits.
Yeah,
we've had that discussion several occasions. You know, my Facebook posts and I would match bands up and who you got. So we hits, but we gonna touch that subject a little bit later. But y'all, please give it for my man, Ela J. Baker. What's happening, brother?
what's up? How you doing, bro?
It's good to see you, bro. We've been
You
trying to
too.
get this thing coordinated and worked out for a while. I'm glad we finally got this in the position to make this thing happen right now. So other than that, man, how you been, bro?
Man, hanging like a pair of nuts on in there.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Like that. That's how you got to get it done. But
Hey,
dig
man.
it. Things have been. I gotta go get to the main factor. For those who don't know, the original members of Toni had put together a documentary about loyalty, no royalty. So
Correct.
tell them a little bit about that for me.
Well, I came up with the idea to do a documentary to highlight the other key members in Toni, because by the name and the marketing, they only thought it was 3 people, but it was really a total of 6 with an additional with Jubu at 7 as far as his third album concerned.
Right.
But I just felt it was fair to the public and fair to us to get our accolades and let the people know that we had something to do with that creation and sound and look at everything that grew too. So while we got our record companies and our own records out, we just want a fair shot that we had to start over as rookies and everybody know that we been here. So connecting our history to where we started from. So we had to start over like a new artist.
Yeah. I gotta give major props because Jubu, man. Well, before I go to Jubu, the Rev, Carl Wheeler, has been man, I can go back to when I was living in San Diego in the early 90s. So it was a pleasure mingling and working and doing stuff with him. So there's a lot of heroes in this band. And you know, there's a lot of heroes in this band for me personally.
Okay.
And the fact that I still remember being in Houston, we talked about this several times. When you guys came to Houston and you opened it up for Hammer, it was NWA. Well, it was Today, NWA, Toni, Guy, and Hammer.
Hammer, exactly.
Yeah.
That was the tour.
You know, and that was the funny thing about it, because like the summit, it was the summit at the time, so it's now Lakewood Church. So it's really it's always kind of unusual for me because I remember doing a lot of work in there when it was the summit.
And that was the old Houston Rockets arena, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I remember seeing a lot of stuff and a lot of things changed since then. So I gotta ask this question here, man. It's really in regards to, I want to look at today's music and the recent Grammys,
right?
And kind of get your take on it, because I see a lot of pop flash, as well as a bunch of R&B that's not done by us, and just, I don't want to call it whitewashed. But there's a lot of blackness that it's missing.
Yes. So, well, you know, they create genocide for everything when it comes to us. All right. So let's start with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak song. Great song. But all of us could do that music. A dime a dozen. But if we did it, a black man like myself is dated or we're too old.
Right.
They not doing nothing we can't do. it's dated and old for us, but they do it. It's like, oh, this song is amazing. We like, it is a nice song, but that's basic to us, so we do it all the time.
All the time. All the time. All the time.
So I didn't watch the Grammys because of what you just said. Grammys ain't been epic since Michael Jackson and Prince was alive.
Come on, man. Come on, man. My sentiment exactly. My sentiment exactly.
We used to always wait for that grand finale, who's performing last, to turn it out. It was always one of us. And once they flood the music with rap and beats and no music no more and kill R&B, like I said, they let Robin Thicke, Justin Timberlake, some other anybody but us sing our own music.
Anybody but us. Now, I wonder if you agree with this statement. It's not a question of who stole the soul. A lot of us gave it away.
Well, you know, I wouldn't say gave it away. I would say that when a record company, this is music business, right? So when a record company don't allow you to perform your strength and you have to compromise your sound just to make a living.
Right.
And it's not really fair because once you're established, you can stick to your sound because that's what your fans like. That's where everybody get it confused that they start changing with the times because the record company influenced them to do something like that. But all in all, the old school radio stations are still playing the same music from 30 to 40 years ago because that's the only music left.
You're right. You're right. So would you say it's probably more or less on the A&R cats for record labels or just the record labels as a whole?
A whole. Because A&R don't make decisions. A&R brings it to them and say, I got a good idea. And they influence it, but the vice president and president make the call.
Right.
And I'll tell you the transition what happened when I was in the business with a record company. Whatever was hot, he's always going to duplicate that.
Exactly.
That sound or that person.
Like,
whoever hot.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, when in the late 80s and 70s, 80s until all the way to the beginning of the 90s, man, you couldn't hear the same song until like 4 or 5 hours later. Now you hear 4 songs every 30 minutes.
And they all sound the same.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right. Now, I gotta, I told you I was gonna touch it. You said you was gonna sell it real quick. I have been told on several occasions, and I need you all to I need my viewers to keep this in mind. Half of the members of Tony's original band have also been the touring band for such artists as Frankie Beverly and Maze. So with Maze being one of the last touring bands, period. The last bands of the 90s, period, by far, last R&B bands were Mint Condition and Toni.
The last successful. Joe Public was the last one, too. Yeah.
Joe Public was, too.
Yeah, but I said successful, though.
Yeah, successful. You did say successful.
Yeah.
You did say successful. But even then, and I get this a lot from cats when they want to talk music and they want to go blow for blow with things. I tend to have to give them the stats, and people hate when I do that.
Right.
Mint Condition is a damn good band.
Great band.
Great band. The only thing that they have going against them is lack of hits. When it comes to versus Toni.
Yeah, that's the only reason. But far as musicianship and being a musician, and some quality songs, I would give it to Mint Condition if it wasn't based on stats. Because as a musician and music, they had the better songs.
Right.
They had a better up tempos.
Right.
Everything else.
Oh, they had some ballads.
Yeah, because their record company, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, perspective, let them be them.
Yeah.
But that hurt them too.
Yeah. I would agree.
See, if we would have been able to have full control of our first record, Lil Walter and all that, we wouldn't have been around because Raphael, Tim, and Carl just came out the Grove with She Lee. So we was on that Minneapolis phone. So that would have phased out quick. But because Tommy and Denny in Vogue producers was very commercial, Club Nouveau producers,
right,
they taught us how to write commercial hits.
right.
We didn't like it as musicians, but we knew for the radio and the stacks.
You had to make it work.
So once we got that formula, we add a little bit of our flavor on top of it. That's why when you hear like Feels Good, you hear live bass guitar still going with the samples and break beats.
Well, and also I cannot not put this part in there. When you guys were rooted in the church.
Yes.
So there's a lot of that church flavor thrown up in there in the mix with that too. I mean,
of course, yes.
Stone, all the Bay Area sounds, that whole sauce, man, everything was all blended into what you guys did. Right. There's at one point I could hear something that sounded like the Hawkins family thrown in there. At one point, yeah. I could hear something sounding like Tower Power thrown in there. At one point,
yeah.
I could hear something, Slide and Family Stone. Hell,
right.
Look, my ex-girlfriend is one of my favorite songs on the Sons of Soul album, and I'm gonna leave that alone.
Right.
It's such a true life story for me. But anyway,
yeah. Probably for all of us, but go ahead.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so many things I couldn't keep it to myself. There's so many grooves that you guys got in there, and you locked onto so many different elements, man. So, with that being said or being thought about, then that's a segue for me to go with. Since you come from bands, who are your top 5 all-time favorite bands? Any genre.
I probably haven't got 5, but I'm gonna tell you who my top are. I got 5. I can pull out 5. My favorite is Cameo.
You funny. It's funny that you're mentioning Cameo because I did a show last week with Raymond Calhoun from the Gap Band.
Right.
He mentioned something about Larry Blackmon, and with him being a drummer, he mentioned a real major influence about Larry Blackmon on the drums. So yes. That you're mentioning Cameo now, and I'm going, what's going on? Is something happening with Larry? I mean, I know Larry Blackmon, and we've worked together several times. I'm like, what's going on with Larry? I need to get Larry a call.
Go listen to his library, man. He's imprinted, man. He's official. Cameo is official with ballads and funk, and Gap Band, of course, the Commodores, LTD, Parliament, but most influence on me though, it was Cameo. Wow. And it was so many Larry Graham Sister Station, So I don't have just like Chic, all these people play Heat Wave, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Jacksons, they're a band,
So yeah, they're a band.
Yeah, so all them influences, man, just fade away. But my favorite 2 groups of underrated bass players was Gap Band with Robert and Cameo, man. They was 2 unsung basses. And we can't forget about Brothers Johnson.
Oh.
But the list goes on. We can't forget about Confunction. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Another Bay Area.
Yeah. And I'm just excited right now talking about it because it's many, many, many more that I even forgot about, but those had the most impact in my life.
Okay, I gotta throw this up. Not even Verde and White. I ain't even stepping on toes, brother.
Listen to me. That was my number 1, Earth, Wind, and Fire. But because you got me caught up in I told you it's too many. Man, that was too much of my brain, bro. How did I forget Earth, Wind, and Fire? And I knew I was missing the Mecca. Oh, thank you for that, bro.
No problem.
That was you threw me off when you mentioned Gap Band because when you said that, it put me on Rob in the influence they had. But Earth, Wind, and Fire was numero uno.
Okay, so it was the bass players that led you into you basically.
Yes. It was always the bass player that got me into that group. So Verde and White for obvious reasons.
Right.
Louis Johnson for obvious reasons. Right. Larry Graham for obvious
reasons. Yeah. Very obvious.
I even like LTD.
Yeah, he was.
I like the Commodores.
Yeah. Yeah, Ronald LaPred. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was influential was there as well. What do you think?
Hold on, Terry. I'm sorry, brother. Parliament Funkadelics. I'm out of pocket.
Look, and you saw I was with George last month, so you know,
Right.
yeah, I understand. Yeah, you that's on me too. That's on
Yeah.
me too.
It's too many teams, too many names.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing that I tend to think that we're lacking because we don't have those musical heroes anymore.
Right.
It's short. It's a very short lens for those now. And I'm really trying to make sure we reach out to a lot of folks because I'll be reaching out to Michael Henderson soon. And I'm gonna have him on the show coming up. And I remember the first time I interviewed him, the first thing he tripped out on, I said, "How old were you when you played with Miles Davis?" And he was like, "Whoa." You know, with the significant age difference, he didn't think I knew anything about that. I'm like, nah, man, I followed your career. I'm like, Going Places is my favorite album by Michael Henderson. You know, and then hell, I got to go with just out of the Bay Area, just dealing with Graham, man, the on record, the first man to thump on bass on record.
On record, yeah, because he ain't had no drummer. It was just him and his mom was singing in church.
There you go. There you go. Now, mind you, Graham is from Beaumont, Texas, which is right up the street up here from Houston. So,
yes.
So that's where he's originally from. But what do you think we can actually break the cycle of the mundane, with the powers that be controlling things? Can we finally build up enough capital to where we can bring back real musicianship and bring back the real just content?
We are our own biggest enemy, Black people. If we would support each other, because all the good music is still here, is just independent.
Yeah.
But the radio and TV program us all to think what's hot and what's not. But all your greatest music and real music is independent with no support of our people. I used to tell my followers this. I said, listen, y'all, all we have to do is share each other's music. I said, most of us got 5,000 friends. Okay.
Right.
5,000 times 5,000 is 25 million. So if we don't like it, but we just share each other's stuff, whatever percentage you get of that supports that person, you're going to be able to have a career off of that.
Look,
niggas won't even push the button, man, to share, and it's free. That's how self-hatred we got amongst each other. I talk about it all the time on my show. I said, man, y'all hate each other so bad, you won't even push share. I'm not even asking you for the money. You'll push like, you take the same finger to scroll, but you won't push share.
Yeah. You got a point. Very valid
point.
But
that's profound, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody with a business, if we would just share it.
Yeah.
Just because like it's somebody else might.
You know what? I've tried to because I'm gonna tell you right now, nephew.
Yes.
I have played Shut the Hell Up so much that number one, people thought I did something with it. I'm like, no, I got nothing to do with the song.
Right.
Love it, but I ain't got nothing to do with it. I wish I would have.
Right.
But it's got that, first of all, I managed to play those Sundays a lot. So you know what? When we be down here in the South, I'm messing with some country folk, and I'm messing with
some show. Yeah, but they need to shut the hell up.
Yeah, they need to shut the hell up. But I'm like, okay, I'm saying it, you thinking it. What a small world. I'm just bridging the gap.
Right.
That's all.
Straight up.
So I'm like, what else is under the umbrella? What else you got in the works? What else is coming up?
Well, if you guys want to hear some real music, at my label Ambitious Records, we got all the soul music you want. I'm talking about pure soul. I'm not compromising.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you, I don't know nothing else but the real. So for me, coming from Toni, like the idea of me putting my documentary together, it's at 1 million views. So I'm doing something right. So I'm gonna keep pushing my music through them people who follow me, support me, and I'm gonna grind. But what we have up primarily is 3TOB. 3T stand for Toni, OB for original band.
There you go.
So we just did a song remake of Frankie Beverly, Golden Time of Day, featuring David Hollister. We got about.
It was dope. I love it. I love it. It's dope. It's dope.
Thank you. We got Trade Places. We got Never Gonna Give Us. We got a plethora of songs on the record, but and we're about to do drum roll. You need this drum roll. Yeah. We're about to do a virtual concert with Don Robinson from In Vogue,
right?
And Dave Hollister.
Ooh.
July 10th.
Ooh.
So
that's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, we all been scoring, so we appreciate the support. And man, we're gonna give y'all one hell of a show. And y'all, we're gonna hopefully that be our calling card to do a tour, but y'all gonna hear all Toni stuff, y'all gonna hear In Vogue stuff, y'all gonna hear Lucy Pearl stuff, y'all gonna hear Blackstreet stuff, y'all gonna hear Dave Hollister stuff, man. It ain't gonna be no dead spots on there. Y'all gonna hear our new 3TOB stuff.
I love it. 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 Well, look, I need you to do one thing for me in particular. I gotta catch up. Well, we'll talk about this off air. I gotta link up with Jubu.
Okay.
Stuff. Man, okay. But you still didn't answer the question. Which band was better? Mint Condition? Toni. This is just for the record. I'm talking.
No. I mean, listen. Okay, I have to break it down, and I wanted you to come back to this because we both are excellent bands. We both had chemistry amongst each other. They was able to show more of their musicianship because they had more freedom,
right,
than we did. But they didn't know how to make hit records. So I can't, man, it's no better band. We both were two great bands, and that's all I'm gonna leave. Because to be honest, I was a fan of their music more than I was a fan of Toni music. Because we had to water ours down so much. I knew that we made hit records, but don't mean I actually liked the song.
I got you. But y'all live performance, man. Y'all live performance was on. I mean, damn.
Okay, yeah. So okay. Let's say concert. We the better band concert wise. Choreography we got on whoop.
Yeah. And let's not forget, y'all upstage Janet Jackson back in the day now.
Yeah, I mean, and Mint Condition went on tour. They did what we did to her.
Right. But y'all, Janet had a little problem with y'all.
Yeah. And that tour didn't last long either.
No, it didn't.
Hey man, we been getting kicked off. We've been getting kicked off tour since our first tour. Earth, Wind & Fire kicked off our first tour.
Wow, really?
Well, it's old and they weren't the same. Earth, Wind & Fire. We came with that little young energy. We fresh out of high school, boy. We was doing cartwheels and shit. They said y'all got that good.
Come on, Verdine was up and hanging it up.
Not in 1988. He wasn't.
Wow.
Hey, but they treated us so good, man. Like we weren't even hurt they did that. That was kind of like flattering to us. Like we was like, okay,
yeah.
Earth Wind & Fire, we doing something. Then we went on tour with Guy, and boy, we was the battle Guy. Oh, boy, that was a battle.
That was a battle.
They had hits.
Yeah.
Hits.
But y'all had
hits.
Y'all was beating folks upside the head, man.
Hey, man, it was blood and sweat everywhere.
Yeah, man. Y'all look. And then to move up to Janet. So, apparently, it's Miss Jackson if you're nasty. So apparently y'all was way nasty and y'all got kicked off. So yeah. So were there any other major tours after that?
Well, they had to enter dispute with the three, and it almost wasn't a fourth record. So between the three of them, after they did that bullshit to us, they amongst to fuck each other. So
right.
Yeah, no, there's almost wasn't no fourth album. That's why we didn't really promote the fourth album like we should have.
Right. And there was a lot of good stuff on that too. Now, in case most of you don't know, in this little tidbit, actually, Elijah and Raphael are cousins.
First cousin. He don't claim me as a cousin no more since I'm suing him, but it's okay. Oh well.
Come on, man.
I'm still suing your ass. Still suing your ass. So
it's only right, man. Real is real. Yeah. It's only right. You gotta do what you gotta do on that.
I just want my money, bro. I worked hard too for my shit. I want my money. That's it. You
You did.
They want to sweep us on the rug. And see, the thing was, I got tired of just in my kids. Like, I go back and forth to Dallas in California because my family's out there.
Right.
So in the South, they know who Toni is. Even the kids know because they keep playing the music. Yeah. So when I come around, their parents recognize me. So I'm like, I got to get more of just being recognized as this group without getting my benefits. So when I did the documentary, that's what made me do the documentary. Okay, let me get my accolades out there. Okay. Then I found out about the money.
Right.
So then I went to go do my investigation, and Lord and behold, we all was on that contract, man, and we in court right now. So they basically been trying to find out technicalities, but they don't have no facts. They have no paperwork to dispute what we got.
Okay. So are they, I mean, with your 1 million views on Loyalty But No Royalty, has that been getting allocated right?
Yes, that's all going to Ambitious. But but streaming money ain't shit. What you want for streaming is the fan support. So we go to the shows, merchandise, and the music, they'll support that. So it will generate capital. Okay. Because now you have fans now.
Right.
So we just got to deliver with the music, and we'll be all right.
Okay. Yeah. So damn. There's one of the songs you have, "Touch My Stick," and I'm like, and Raphael's on that album, on that record. So
we was on good terms then.
Okay. I'm trying to work that out.
Let me explain that. Let me tell you how Raphael work was with me. Okay. He would give me money out of his pocket if I needed. He would let me use the studio, but I mostly paid to use the studio because I was never one of them type of guys. Okay. Or bring business to the studio. He would help me with a song, but what he wouldn't do was create an opportunity for me with the majors. Okay. He do all the other shit, but the important shit.
Okay.
He always, he wouldn't admit it, but it's a consistent trend of his. He would never give me to that door. He ain't gonna take that person to that door. He gonna take that person to the door. He gonna take that person. But if always when it came to me, I'm his best favorite cousin. You got to stay down here.
Wow. Well, I now that I think about it, the people that he's worked with, and I wondered how did that even happen, because he found a way to slide through the door, but ain't nobody else come with him.
Man, if you start off with all these friends and families, and none of them still around you at this time, something wrong with that picture.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah. That's for him to figure out and digest. But something wrong with that picture, man. I'm still cool with my childhoods. Everybody.
Right. Okay. Man. Well, all right. So Ambitious Records. What else is new? What else is coming up? What I'm looking out for? What I'm looking out for?
That virtual concert, July 10th. Okay. 3TLB, more music from a collaboration song with Don Robinson. Some more music from Dave Hollister. I got Park Avenue out, and I got a Lodge 100% funk record coming out. Nothing but pure, uncut.
Like straight ugly face funk? That's it. Wow. Okay. Well, look, man, as always, we rap all the time. And when you come through this way, I got you. So
for sure.
It's just, it's all love. And I got to make sure I let Carl, my man Carl Thomas, know I hollered at you.
Yeah, let Carl know, man. Y'all got to take me to Steak 48.
Hey, not a problem. Not a problem, baby. Not a problem. Yeah. That's how we do it. But look, man, I want to thank you for coming through and hollering at me, man. And we're gonna get some more stuff worked out in the future, man. But I appreciate you, man. You one of my brothers. I love you dearly.
Love you too, man. Thanks for having me.
Make sure you let know people how they can reach you, where they can follow you, all that good stuff.
On Instagram, Elijah E.B. Baker, 3TLB 2020 on Instagram, Ambitious Record on Instagram. Same with Facebook.
Gotcha.
And Twitter. Same thing.
There you go. My man, Ela J. Baker, baby. What's happening? I love you, brother. I
Thank you,
appreciate
baby. Good. All right.